guys, it's your favorite little keto goofball Diamond who's been MIA for a while, but today marks 2,262 days of my ketogenic journey, or since I started keto anyway. I love you! Love you too. And my road's been a little rougher lately, but we're going to talk all about it and get into everything. This is the current situation. And as you can see, I'm a little red because allergy season is fantastic. For those of you who don't know me, I've used keto to lose 155 pounds and get rid of 29 medically diagnosed diseases. Unfortunately, I'm not a perfect person, and over the last, I don't know, a long time, I've grabbed 40 pounds of it back. But now we're in efforts to get rid of it again, and at least knowledge is power, so I have all the tools within my brain to do it when I have the willpower to do it. That's always the fun part. Of course, my first year and a half went stunningly well, and that's when I lost the bulk of my weight. And it was pretty easy to stick to at first anyway, and well, again, I've grabbed 40 some pounds back, well, 40 pounds back, or less. It's less now, but I mean, that's still a maintenance level of maintaining 110 pounds off, so 110, 115 pounds off. Now the dog's gonna bark, but it's okay. It's okay. So we're gonna talk about the current situation, where I'm at, and everything else as we left it last time, and it's been quite a while since I've done a video, and which is a far cry from my normal thing, my used to be normal thing anyway. When I first started all this, I did a video every single day. Hardcore every day, all day. I was here, and then I started working, and then it like slowed down a little bit because, you know, I was working long hours and everything. Ow. And
ow.
Well, okay, it scared me. I got it. I got it. Come here. What button so I can get you? Hey. I still got it. Love you. Go potty. I know that's where you're going.
It is.
Always. Oh, Shiva got excited. Did you get excited? Did you get excited, my girl? This is a big, insane doggy. Oh, by the way, I want to give a special thank you to Miss Linda. She sent Jake a orthopedic dog bed, which he's currently laying in. We just got it today. It was on the porch in kind of like a weird little, you know, box. And Brad's like, are you expecting anything? I said, well, maybe that's the dog bed. He said, how'd I get that dog bed in that? And I don't know, but it was like one of those big mattresses. You see them, they got in a roll, and you open it up and it just, it's kind of like that. And then it had to be put together. Yeah, it's kind of a wild experience, but Jake's laying in it, so hopefully he'll use it, and hopefully he's comfortable in it, so that's good. And Shiva and Honey Bear are kind of moving each other around on Jake's old bed, which Shiva had a bed, she ate it. I'm not joking. Honey Bear, she's got multiple little beds. She just prefers the big ones. And a pillow that fell off the bed forever ago, we just left it because she lays in it. Okay, I thought she got on my couch. That's no. I like, when I lay down on that, I don't want to have to swipe around dog hair. So, anyway. Now, where we left it last time, and it's been a little bit, it was, I wasn't keto at all because I couldn't afford to be. And financially, things have not picked up any yet, but I have been keto, and that's partly thanks to Seattle Sapphire. And she has a great channel. Go check her out. She's a very sweet person, and she's got a grandbaby that is so adorable. Love babies, little grandbabies. They are just the most specialist things in the whole wide world. And then Joan, I really appreciate you. You guys are fantastic and amazing, and I love you. And of course, I've been able to maintain that myself too, because we've had a little income here and there, but not a lot. And this week has been just irritating as all hell. It's like usually when we go out to the flea market, we make, and it just depends on the day. It really does. Between $60 and $350. You know, just like I said, it just depends on the day and what's going on and all that. And this last weekend was a complete and utter waste of time. And we didn't realize it because we didn't know. Oh, man, Shannon. We didn't know, and we should have known, but we don't do festivals and fairs. Apparently, early October and all the way through October is festival and fair season. I don't do those things. I don't go to those things. I don't really pay attention to those things. But yeah, those days between, could be, well, the lower days, which are really, really bad days where it's gray and gloomy, you're talking 60. But you can be on up there, So, this past weekend, one day was almost 100, and one day was like 40. And that hurt, because, you got to buy gas, you got to pay for your space, and you got to buy gas, and you have to buy the merchandise that you're selling. So, it was pretty well a bust. Tuesday was a bust. That way has not been good. Last week, if you watched my video, the reselling videos, which is on the other channel, but I did link it on the community page, so if you want to go check out the other channel, and in the description below, there's also a link to the other channel, and a link to eBay stores and everything else that we've got going on, including the P.O. box that some people are looking for, including my email address is always down underneath the video in that little area where I write things. So check all that out if you're looking for it. You don't have to go searching. I know, I think Joan said, no, Tamara said she had to, look for my email address, but it's always under my videos, every one of them. Of course, if you watch it on your TV, I don't think you can see that description section. So if you pull up KetoDiamond on your phone on YouTube, you should be able to see the description section and click on links or find my email address and all that stuff. All right, so as I said on my last video, last week was one of the best weeks I've ever had on eBay, especially in one day. Tore it up. But since Sunday, I haven't sold a single solitary item. And that is the first time. Even when I just started off and only had a few things on there, I was at least selling something every couple of days. Now it's been 6 days. Tomorrow will be the 7th day. So I'm minorly freaking out here. I'm like, what happened? I'm even looking up stuff on shadow banning. I'm like, what did I say? Did I do some? Because I'm likely to, frankly. I like to piss people off, and I don't even mean to. And I'll think about it later and say, oh, that's what I did. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. And it just might be that nobody's got the money for my junk. And then, but hubby, in which his is a little different because his eBay is a little bit newer. And when you start off on eBay, they kind of ease you into it. It takes you a little bit longer to get your money. Sometimes it has to be delivered first. So it's a slower process when you're first starting off. They want to make sure you're going to do it right, deliver, mail it out and deliver it like you're supposed to. So it's slower. So we have access to his money later. It takes longer. So he had a great day. Thursday and Friday were his great days. But I still said anything. So I'm mentally freaking out, and I'm waiting for that cha-ching to go off on my phone so that it feels like the streak is over, because at the moment, not gonna lie to you, kind of feels like the world is putting up roadblocks all around me. Like I'm in a little box and I can't get out of it. No matter what I try to do, nothing's happening, and I'm just like slamming into a wall here in every direction. So hopefully that will ease off. And then, so you're going to see if you go to my eBay page that I'm posting a lot of necklaces. And that could be a factor, but there's also other stuff I'm posting too that I've always posted that do sell. So, that, again, that could be a factor. I'm posting a lot of necklaces because over the last couple of weeks, I've acquired over 200 necklaces, including this one, beautiful Lady Remington a vintage necklace that has no wear. This gold plating is pristine. So I'm scared to wear it, but I'm going to wear it just a little bit. And it was a freebie, so I don't really necessarily have to post it. But so what happened was, and how I got so many bracelets, necklaces rather, and some bracelets too, but how I got so many of them was, I was at the flea market, and this guy had this little tote. Everything in the tote was a buck, but all the necklaces was this big ball of wad. You couldn't get a single one of them out. And no matter what you did, they were just like this intertwined ball of nothing's going to happen. And I offered him $5 for the whole box. And he said, you know what, go ahead. because nobody could get one out. And I spent about 3 to 5 days untangling those necklaces. Now, luckily, one of the things we did make money on the flea market on was those, because people, I don't know, but I knew already that there was no gold in there, because I know how the people at the flea market work, or most of them anyway, not all of them, but people who come out on a regular, they're very specific. If they buy a bunch of necklaces, what you're going to get there is the stuff they've already went through. So, I mean, I even asked him, I assume you've taken all the gold and silver out of this. He said, yeah, that was what was left over of him hunting for gold and silver and necklaces. So, I already knew there wasn't none of them in there. But I also know that there's still value to be had in stuff like Monet, Avon, some of the bigger costume jewelry names. There's money to be had there. And if you only pay $5 for it, you know. But anyway, once I got all the necklaces untangled and in individual Ziploc bags, there was 178 of them. And I already made the money back off of them, because I just put some of them that were cheapy back in the dollar box in the little Ziploc bags, and a lady bought 18 of them right off the bat. So I made my money back on that right away, but there's still more money to be made. But this one didn't come from that. As we were getting ready to leave Tuesday, a very nice fellow that he's around the flea market all the time. He will go around and he will buy, you know, some jewelry and stuff in bags. People just trying to get rid of tons of it, and he looks for the gold and silver inside, or stuff that he finds really, really nice. So for resale value, of course. He had a bag of stuff that was given to him that he had no use for it. There was no more gold or silver in it. So he said, "You want it?" I was like, "Yeah." And like this, and there was a Monet. There was 2 Monets. Quite a bit of nice stuff in there. It was nothing super, super special. Of course, no gold or silver. But that's how I got over 200 necklaces. And again, some of them are really nice. They need to be posted. But damn, it's going to take a hot minute. Anyway, go check all them out. The link is below. Or you can just search eBay for HappySelctors. It's all one word. Alright, that being said, I have been keto ever since I talked to you guys. Like the next day or 2. I can't remember. But been full on keto. I also got really sick this week, though. You might hear it in my voice, which is one part severe allergies, because it's the time of the year, and one part like really bad. And I was in so much pain. It was, all right, I've told you guys, and some of you, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I get this stomach pain that's extremely bad once in a while. And I don't know if it is like a gallbladder thing. I don't know if it's just extreme gas, because it comes with a lot of it. But it's a hardcore pain in your back and your stomach. It feels like you're dying. And if you've never lost a lot of weight, you might not know this, but when you deflated your belly from being, 300 some pounds down to being 100 and some pounds, you've got a lot of room to bloat. Okay? So whereas if you're this big and you bloat, you might come out to here, okay? And you're bloated, you're miserable, it sucks. But when you're this big, but you used to be this big, and you're this big, and then you bloat, you got a lot of room. All right, there's a lot of room inside there with the loose skin, the loose meat, the loose everything. And when you bloat, it's a whole new ball game. And it's painful. And I took everything under the sun that was bloating related. I took ibuprofen. I took everything. I ain't gonna lie. I was miserable. It was one of those pains where you can't concentrate. You can't watch TikTok because you're miserable. You can't concentrate on anything funny, entertaining, nothing. There's nothing. You just basically writhe in pain. It's like, I mean, it's, it's the whole damn time. Lasts about 12 hours. So that's what this was, but this time it came with vomiting. And I'm like, am I sick? Is there a stomach virus? Is it that and it just hurts so bad it's making me throw up? What is it? But my son-in-law was also throwing up the next day, and he was sick the day before I was. So, and Corey, she had to claim her trash can for a little while. I don't know if she ever got sick or not, but she felt like she was going to. So, I don't know, but I did get on Facebook, which, that's basically the local news channel, because you find out what's going on around everybody. And there were people complaining about stomach viruses. And then again, also I work at these flea markets and stuff. I touch everything. Everybody touches everything. that I own that's out there that I got to pick up and put back up. We touch money. We give money, everything. Money, you know, is dirty anyway, and everything you touch, and everybody's sick. You don't know what's sick. You don't know who's got this. You don't know who's got that. They don't half the time know, because like dead before I got sick, I went over and I was playing with my grandchildren over at my son's house, and I'm hoping I didn't pass anything to them, which I think I would know by now. But anyway, and I was kind of like, how did I get it and Aaron get it? Because like we don't spend any time together, but he's the one more likely to wash clothes. He's the one more likely to cook. He's the one more likely to be in the shower and touching stuff. And those are the surfaces that I touch as well most often. So it would make sense and follow that I get sick if he gets sick. Even though we spend like 0 time together. But yeah. Have you guys been sick? Stomach virus. And I know that C word's going around again. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that on YouTube anymore, but I know that that's going around. So how have y'all been, both, you know, dietary wise? How have you been sickness wise? Have you been perfectly healthy? I think also that you can bring things on by being kicked out of ketosis. You're a little healthier. Things don't last quite as long if you do get them. But also there is... when you have filled up on all those carbohydrates and your body's a little bit weaker, your immune system's a little bit weaker, it's a little easier to get that stuff. So it's not like you don't bring it on, but you make it easier for your body to get a hold of it. And that seems to be where I was. But I've spent the last several days coming back into a good state of ketosis, only to kick myself today. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So, but I did really well, to the point I got a keto rash. Now, I have a theory on the keto rash, and I've put it out there before, but the keto rash I do not think is caused by keto at all. I think it is your body trying to get healthy and pushing toxins out, and it will push it out of your skin. It will do it, but I've got it, it's like right here, kind of like my back hip area, and I've been digging at it, and I mentioned it because I got all itchy just now. I was like, I need to scratch that. But yeah, I think the keto rash is really just where you're coming into ketosis and your body's trying to push out toxins. And from my understanding, most people do not keep that for very long. So if you do acquire it, or you are starting keto and you get a little rash, it'll go away. You'll be okay. Or it always has for everybody that I know of. Hello.
Where'd the big mutt go? Oh, there she is.
Where's your big mutt? Oh, the big puppy mutt?
Yes. I mean, she is a mixed breed, so she is a mutt technically.
Yeah, but she's a Great Pyrenees and Australian Shepherd.
She's still a mutt mix.
It's an expensive mutt mix that I didn't pay for. Jake is a full-blooded lab, by the way. He's 12 for anybody who doesn't know. I keep saying he's 11 because I'm used to saying it, but he's 12. Big baby.
And Honey Bear is 11.
Yeah, she's actually Jake's puppy. Don't ask. We don't know. But she is. I love you, Jake. You say his name, he looks at you like, what? Grumpy old man.
Alright, you two gotta get out.
Yeah, get him out. So I think I'm going to pause for the calls, talk to my youngin'. I'm going to show you the foods that I did record that I have been eating, and we'll talk about some of them in just a minute. Alright, dinner time, same meal. My eggs are accidentally over medium because I forgot they were on the stove, so hopefully they'll still taste just as good and still have some bubble yellow left in them. Baked keto pizza on supposedly keto approved wraps. Got some pizza sauce, some pepperonis and cheese. Back to my hot wings and ranch. They worked the first time. Let's give it another go. Alright, you guys, I've got some beef ribs here with a little bit of sugar-free G-Hughes barbecue sauce on them. Honestly, I might not be able to eat this because if it was rubber, it'd bounce. I did not do the best cooking job. I should have beat my meat. Did not, but I'm not real sure how up to eat it I am anyway. I'm just going to give it a shot. So this morning I just fried up 2 of these sausages, and that's going to be breakfast. There you have it. I need to start filming my weigh-ins again, but I will say, while I was also miserable, I was happy because I never reached the 200-pound mark, because that's what I was most afraid of. I was like, oh God, I'm going to get back into those 200s and out of Wonderland, and I'm just going to just cry, you know. I hit 195. That was terrifying enough, but luckily my little saint came along, and that didn't happen. So, and this morning when I weighed, it was 191, so it is coming back down. I needed to go back down a hell of a lot faster, which means I need to leave the keto breads and stuff alone, because they don't work. I've said that 1,000,001 times, but I still keep trying, because I want the bread substitute, okay? I want it to work, but wanting something to work and it working, two very, very different things. And I'm noticing, like in the video, that I am all puffy and swollen in my eyes, my nose. This part of my nose is swollen, okay? It's sore too. My lips are dry. Weather changes, season changes, allergy changes. Yuck. Y'all going through it? Are y'all catching it? Are you puffy in the eyeballs? Are you puffy across your nose? I looked in the mirror and said, my nose looks funny. I was like, yeah, that's where I put 2 pounds. I don't think that's really how that happened. Well, you know what? Over time of weight loss, my nose did go smaller. It did shrink. But, I mean, you got fat everywhere. Even in places that's kind of weird to think about. You do. Or something stretches it, makes it wider. I don't know. But it definitely does. Looking in this, so I can definitely see the allergies. So big time. I want to bring this up because basically I just kind of reviewed it. eBay broke my little heart today. I showed y'all on, is there something all over me? Am I dirty? I think I need to wash my sweatshirt. Has it been there the whole time? Oh well. But they sent me an email. They kicked off my Coach bag and told me I could not relist it. It's fake. And I'm thinking, that's not fake. That's a nice Coach bag. In fact, I hate Coach, and that's the only bag. Well, that should have probably been the clincher there. But there are other bags just like it on eBay, which I used to, help me list it and everything. And me and Corey get to looking at this bag, and I was furious because you can't argue with them. You can't go back in and say, "Bull, mine's real," or even try to relist it. They'll just kick your whole account off. They're not going to mess with you with that. But we get to looking at it, and there's a couple tiny differences and nuances. Like Coach, it's kind of dead center where it says Coach at. And the little tag I've got, it's just a little off kilter. I was like, oh my God, this thing is, it is fake, I think. But I do know a guy that can authenticate it. So I'm going to ask him, and I can't put it back on eBay even if it is authenticated, because you can't relist it. But that's a nice bag. It's real leather. It's great. But it won't matter at this point. So, it is. I might just have to carry it, but I'm going to have to stop dealing with Coach and stuff because I don't know enough about them, evidently. I just knew the material was great. The quality is good. It looks like the other Coach bags. It has that little thing on the inside. It says Coach in multiple spots. And it was the only one I've ever seen that I liked. I know that a lot of people like the ones with the big C's and the Louis Vuittons with the LVs all over them. I hate those. I think they're so damn ugly. Now, if you like them, I ain't knocking you. Everybody's got a personal preference. That's not mine. Plus, I can't afford a real one no way unless I just happen to look up and get one at Goodwill or something. But they're not my thing. But this one, it just said Coach, kind of like an indistinct fashion. It's Coach bag, but not like over the top. Look at me, I've got a Coach, which is kind of what a lot of the Gucci and stuff says to me. And it's just like, look, rob me. They'd be upset if they robbed me. They'd have to put money in there. So, but anyway, yeah, it's a nice bag, and that really hurts my feelings because I thought I had that one down. I didn't. Clearly, I don't. But again, I do know somebody that can look at it and tell me if it's real or not. And hell, if it's real or not, I can just carry some, bitch. I don't care. Probably not. I like my book bag purses that I carry, so at least they don't fake Steve Madden's. Because they're not worth faking, but I like them. So, that's good. There's always a dog right underneath me making a racket and doing stuff. I'm glad they love me. Don't get me wrong. But dang. I guess I'm going to get off here. Today's weigh-in's 191.8. 4, I think it was. I need to start recording those weigh-ins. Probably won't do it tomorrow. We will be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Didn't get up at 4 o'clock. Well, I did get up, but it was pouring down raining. And I went back to bed. It did stop, but it was still wet and gross. So, you know, early in the morning. But we're going to do it in the morning. And hope it's not a waste of time. Anyway, guys, check out all the links below. I will try to get a reselling video up over on my other channel probably the next day or so. But since I didn't sell anything, I really ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got no solds to show you. Hubby sold some stuff. If you're interested in toy solds, I can do that. I can show you some of the stuff that I have uploaded, like the necklaces and stuff. Because again, I mean, look, y'all, a Lady Remington with no wear. I shouldn't be wearing it, but it's pretty. First thing, my dad, he has a necklace just like this. Are you wearing my necklace? No, mine's fake. He's like, oh, that's a nice fake. And mine was free. He's had his since I was like 15 or 16, and you know, whole thing. But that's all I got to share with you today. Let me know how you're doing. How are you feeling? Are any of the stickies getting you? Are the allergies getting you? Are you doing good on keto? What are you doing to lose weight, maintain weight loss? Have you not got started yet? What are some of your hang-ups if you haven't got started yet? And again, if you need any help, or let me tell you what I did in certain instances, you can send me an email below. My email address is below. And yes, it is diamondbbw@gmail.com that I've had for over 20 years when I was doing other things. So it's a weird email address, but I've used it forever and I see no reason to actually change it. So if you need me, the email address is below my videos in the description section. And again, if you're using the TV, you can't see that, so you have to just go to YouTube on your phone and type it in, and you'll be able to find me pretty easily in all my links. So check it all out. Check out the eBay link. That's a great way to support the channel right now. Of course, there's other great ways to do it. You know what? I don't even know why I say that's the best way, because there's PayPal and cash, all that stuff's down there. So yeah, there's tons of ways if you want to, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. All right, but do hit the like button. That will help a lot, I think. And may your allergies and any illnesses or sicknesses you're having float the hell away. Much love, many prayers. Night, y'all.